Frank, what time are you coming back today? I want to talk with you.
What? If it's about my mom, then I don't want to talk.
It is about your mom.
That's what I thought. You're so predictable. You complain too much. Why do you hate my mom so much?
I wasn't going to complain. I just wanted to talk with you. It's been quite stressful for me ever since your mom moved in. I just want you to listen to me.
Give me a break. She's my mother. How dare you say that having my mom around is stressing you out? Did you ever think about how those words could hurt me? Be careful with what you say.
I'm not saying it to hurt you. It's just that you never even asked me if she could live with us. She just came into our place and now she's living with us. I don't know what to do.
So what if I didn't ask you? It's my house. I can do whatever I want.
I'm paying half of the lease.
And your point is?
It's my house too, but I can't even use my own kitchen freely. When I make food and she doesn't like what I make, she just says it's terrible and throws it into the trash. She even got all the locks changed without our permission. Now I can't come into the house without someone having it open for me.
She said the old locks were too outdated. It's for our safety. And don't complain about her throwing away your food. You could use the practice, to be honest.
Are you saying that my food tastes horrible too?
I'm just saying maybe she could show you a thing or two. How about you get her to teach you?
She never gives me any advice on how to improve it. It seems like she's just doing it out of spite.
Maybe you're not trying hard enough to get along with her.
You're completely on your mother's side. You pretend like you didn't see anything whenever she does something mean to me.
Hey, it's not like I'm enjoying this either. Do you know how it feels to hear someone complain about your own mother?
Maybe I sound like I'm complaining about your mom, but that's not what I'm trying to do. If she's going to keep living with us, I want to get along with her. But she's making it so hard. So I thought maybe you could help.
I have been real busy at work, and I don't want to have to deal with more stuff when I get home. You deal with it. Leave me out of it.
You talk as if I don't work. I have a job too. I always make sure to finish my work early enough to come back and make dinner for your mom. And yet she just throws it away every single time. What am I supposed to do?
Stop whining so much. I don't want to come home to hear more of it. Speaking of, I'm going out drinking with my friends after work. I'll be back late.
Again?
Yep. I'll be back around midnight or so. See ya!
Wait! You need to come back earlier so that we can talk. You really won't listen to me. Hey, Mary! What are you doing? Please, let me inside.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. You just locked me out on the balcony. It's windy and snowing. I'm going to freeze to death if you leave me out here.
Huh? I don't have time for your nonsense. I'm busy right now.
I'm not messing around with you right now, Mary. You're not busy. You're looking at your phone and replying to my messages. How can you lock me out of the house in a snowstorm? This is beyond terrible.
Maybe you're just getting what you deserve for being a terrible daughter-in-law. If you actually tried to be a better wife and actually do stuff around the house once in a while, then maybe this wouldn't be happening. It's your own fault.
You're insane! It's really cold out here. I can feel it in my bones. I can barely move my fingers. I know you're there. Please, open the door. Mary? Frank, please come back right now.
What is it now? What do you want from me?
Your mom locked me out on the balcony and she won't let me back in. I'm going to freeze to death if you leave me out here.
Haha, what are you talking about? Don't make me laugh like that. You almost made me spew water all over the place.
It's not a joke. I'm serious.
That's too funny. Being locked out of your own house.
How is that funny? She really locked me out. I need your help, Frank.
Try asking my mother again.
I already asked her 1,000,000 times, but she won't open the door. That's why I'm asking you. She was replying to my messages at first, but then started leaving me on read. And now she's not even reading them. You're almost done with work, right? Please, come back right away and help me.
Nope. Sorry.
What?
You say you're freezing to death. But you're still fine, aren't you? Your fingers seem to be working just fine. If you're really in danger, then scream out for help. Then my mom will come open the door.
Are you kidding? I'm really freezing. I don't know how much longer I can stand it.
I'm sure you can tough it out for a few hours. It's not even that cold. I'm going out for a few drinks, okay? Build me a snowman or something while you're out there. Get creative!
So you're gonna leave me here to die?
I don't know what to tell you. I already had plans to go out drinking tonight. I can't ditch my friends, can I? I'll be back in the morning. It might be a little cold, but just pretend you're spending the rest of the night camping on a snowy mountain. You always wanted to go to the Alps, right?
There's nothing to keep me warm. How am I supposed to survive through the night?
Well, that's up to you. Use your imagination. Gotta go. See you tomorrow.
Wow, really? Unbelievable.
I'm on my way back. I slept over at Chad's house.
How can you talk to me as if nothing happened?
What? Are you still mad? I'm coming back for you, so don't be mad.
Even if you go home, I won't be there. Don't worry about me.
Why are you still so mad? Women are so difficult. Anyways, the fact you're replying to my messages means you're fine. See? Everything turned out alright in the end. So what happened after that? You were whining so much, but it wasn't so bad being outside for a few hours, was it?
Your mom has passed away.
What?
That's why I asked how can you talk to me as if nothing happened. Didn't you read your sister's messages?
Oh, I guess you did send me some messages. I forgot about those.
You drank too much. Your mother passed away and I'm gone. Everyone's busy, so you don't have to go home. Stay at your Chad's even longer if you like.
What? You're not serious about my mom, are you? Why would you lie about something like that? Just because you hate her, it doesn't give you the right to say something like that. You're really sick, you know that?
Yeah, I'm the sick one. Give me a break. I'm just telling you facts. Your mother passed away around midnight.
What the hell are you saying? What did you do to her?
What did I do to her? You mean, what did she do to me? My life was in danger because of your mother.
What?
Nobody came to help. I stayed out on the balcony until I almost lost consciousness. But a neighbor heard me scream just before that and came to save me. She knocked on our door, but nobody answered. So she called 911.
I didn't know you were really in trouble.
You probably have a missed call from the hospital as well.
Seriously?
I know you don't take calls from numbers you don't know, so I wasn't expecting you to answer.
So what the hell happened? How come you're safe and alive while my mom is dead?
What goes around comes around.
What did you just say?
After she locked me out of the house, she collapsed from a heart attack.
My mom had a heart attack?
If she didn't lock me out, I could have saved her. So she pretty much did this to herself.
Don't say it like that. Oh my god. How could this happen? Why didn't you save her? It's all your fault.
It's your fault, actually.
What do you mean?
If you had come back right away when I asked you, then you would have been able to save her. But you decided to go drinking with Chad instead. I hope you had a good time. I couldn't have saved her even if I wanted to, because I was locked out. How dare you say it was my fault, you jerk.
You might have a point, but why? Why did this happen?
It's because of you that I'm in the hospital and your mom is burning in hell. Maybe you should stop blaming others and start blaming yourself. It's also your mom's fault for locking me out. I asked you to come back and you didn't. It's all your fault.
If you hadn't been joking around about snowmen, I would have come back.
That was you! You told me to think of it as camping in a snowy mountain. You said I could manage for a couple hours.
What?
Did you already forget what you said to me? Is there something wrong with your head? I still can't believe that you said that to me. You're a horrible person.
Shut your mouth. Can't you understand that I'm grieving my mother? You should have told me that my mom collapsed.
I couldn't even see where she was because I was locked out. So you're saying that you'd have come back right away for your mother, but not for me? Because you don't care about me.
That's not what I'm saying. You're safe and alive, so why are you complaining?
I just want everything to be crystal clear. Your mom died while you were cheating on me.
What are you talking about?
You thought I didn't know? You've been coming back late because you've been seeing someone else. I kept quiet about it until I had enough proof.
I'm not cheating on you. You can't have proof of something I never did. Now cut the crap.
Anyways, I'll never go back to that house again.
Why not?
Because I want a divorce. And I don't want to live in a place where someone died. And I don't want to be with you anymore. The divorce should go pretty well for me since I have proof of you cheating and of your abuse. So get ready for that.
Wait, this is all moving too fast. I can't wrap my head around everything.
That's all right if you can't understand right away. You have plenty of time to think about it. You can think long and hard alone in that big, empty house.
You're not really serious about this divorce, are you? You're probably just in shock about Mom's death.
Why would I stay married to a jerk like you?
Don't call me a jerk. My mom just died.
Don't you understand how horrible you've been to me? I'm only alive right now because our neighbor came to help and the rescue arrived just in time to save me. But what if nobody had come? I could have died too. What kind of monster just leaves his wife to die out in the cold?
It's not like I'm the one who locked you out. I didn't know you were in grave danger.
I'm sure the judge will agree that I explained my situation in a way a reasonable person would understand. If you're saying that you didn't understand my situation from those messages I sent you, then it's your fault for being too stupid. Even if you still don't understand, your family does.
My family?
I let your sister know about everything. About you leaving me out in the cold, about you cheating on me, and that I want a divorce. She apologized to me. It should be you apologizing to me.
Why did you tell her all that? How can you try and turn my family against me at a time like this?
Shut up, you piece of trash.
Huh? Is this really you? You've never talked to me like that.
I'm so sick and tired of you. The house is under your name, but you can't even pay for it on your own. I'm paying the mortgage, and yet you and your mom both treated me like trash under my own roof.
No, I never meant to treat you like that.
You'll be paying for it on your own from now on, along with your alimony.
Wait, I don't want to get divorced. There was nothing serious going on with the girl. I'm sorry. Please, rethink this thoroughly.
Shut up. You lost me and your mom both because of your own actions. I hope you and your girlfriend both rot along with her. Frank was in shock when the reality of his mom's death hit him, but it was too late for him to change anything. Not only did his wife leave him, his family was disgusted when they found out everything he did. His sister especially blamed their mother's death entirely on him, and she decided to never speak to him again. Frank couldn't pay his mortgage, so he had to sell his house off to cover his alimony and legal fees. The woman he had been sleeping with was a co-worker, and he had to quit the job after everyone at work found out about what happened. Now he's working for minimum wage and scraping by. Hopefully, he's using his imagination to pretend his life isn't so terrible. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, click the like button and subscribe for more videos. We've arranged a partner for you to get married. So pack up your belongings and do whatever you need to do to prepare. What? An arranged marriage? You're kidding, right? Explain yourself, Mother. You're 35 already, Autumn. If you can't find someone, I'll find someone for you. Is this because Elizabeth stole my fiancé? You can't still be upset that your little sister stole your man from you. That was ages ago. You have to let the past be the past. That was just 3 months ago. Was it? Oh, it feels like forever ago. This is too weird, Mother. You can't expect me in the first place to just accept an arranged marriage with someone I've never met. I mean, damn! Would it kill you to try and act with a little more sense? Hey! Don't speak like that to your mother! You know it's true, too. We can discuss your attitude problems later. For now, know that this is all but confirmed to be happening. You don't have any say in the matter, Autumn. I refuse to accept this marriage, Mother. Tell that to the other party as well, that I have no intention of marrying anyone I don't know. I can't do that. It's far too late to call things off.
What do you mean it's too late? How could it possibly be too late already? They've already paid in advance. What? Are they doing some kind of reverse dowry or something? On the condition that we could guarantee that the marriage would happen, they gave us $100K. So basically, you sold off your daughter? That, and if I make sure you stay married, they promise to look after me in my old age. How on earth did it come to that? The man's father is old friends with your father, it seems. They said that they were in a rush to find a bride. And that led us to offering up you as a marriage partner. And so they're also just fine with having their son marry a stranger? And what's more, he's just going to go along with it too? There are just way too many bizarre decisions being made here for this all to be on the up and up. Something else has to be going on. Maybe there is, but who cares? I care, and you should as well. I guess I might as well ask then. What's his name? Tell me everything you know about him. His name is Rich Masters, and he's 38. He owns quite an expensive loft downtown. Needless to say, he's very rich. His brother's being groomed for their father's position, so there's no added baggage in terms of expectations to take over his father's business. Which, by the way, is the well-known Masters Corporation. They're a power family, Autumn. It's not a bad deal for you. Oh, are they now? Anything else? What's so funny? I'm serious about his father's company. I'm sure you are. I'm familiar with it as well. Then why are you laughing? Because, can you imagine being offered an arranged marriage with the son of such a powerful person? It's like something straight out of the movies. It's too funny you buy into all of it. You're just shocked at how good the deal is. I get it. But you know, Autumn, sometimes when something sounds too good to be true, it actually turns out to be true. Yeah, that's totally it. We are just so lucky. But hey, if it's such a good deal, then why not have Elizabeth be the one to marry him? She is your favorite daughter, after all. And apparently she's already broken up with my fiancé. I guess they only lasted a couple of days. I had the same idea and went to her with the arranged marriage first. But when I showed her a picture of him, she was repulsed. After seeing her reaction, I knew that I wasn't going to get anywhere with her and decided to ask you. She was repulsed at the sight of him? Be serious for a minute. Sorry. That just sounded like something she would do. Regardless, that's how I ended up coming to you. You'll be marrying Rich, Autumn. Do you and Dad really not regret doing this to us? Whether it's me or Elizabeth, you're talking about literally selling your daughter. Not only do I not regret it, I'm thankful to be in such a good situation. If that's how you really feel, then fine. I think I've made my decision as well. That's great to hear. But before that, I have one condition. Okay. What is it? I've never met this rich guy or his parents. And? Then why don't we have a family trip with the two families and we can get to know each other that way? That should be a pleasant solution for everyone involved. This can serve as our honeymoon as well. That's not a bad idea! And one more condition that I want to add is that the marriage won't be finalized until after we get back from the trip. And I don't want there to be any ceremony. I'll let them know your wishes. Since we will be spending the rest of our lives together, I want to ensure that Rich is someone I can trust. I can do that as well while we're on the trip. From what his parents told me, he's a sincere, upstanding individual. Knowing his parents, I think we can take them at their word. I still want to confirm that that is the case myself. His parents aren't exactly unbiased here. Have it your way, then. However, if I determine that Rich is not an appropriate match, then the wedding is off. That's the key point in all of this. So write that down in bold and put it somewhere you'll remember. You sure do have a lot of demands. I'm just more careful about marriage now after Elizabeth stole my last fiancé. Well, I guess that's only natural. I appreciate the understanding. Now, let's set the trip for 2 weeks from now. The details can be hashed out another day. My name is Autumn. I'm 35 years old and work as an accountant at a mid-sized company. As can be seen from the previous interaction, my parents are pretty toxic. My sister, Elizabeth, is 12 years younger than me. She was doted on by our parents growing up, and it shows. She's got quite the nasty, self-centered personality. Having grown tired of them, I've worked to distance myself from them. However, out of the blue, Mother comes to me with a proposal for an arranged marriage with a guy I've never met. I said as much before, but I have no intention of marrying a stranger. I'm annoyed at both my parents who are looking to pull in a big payday by selling me, and Rich's parents who are plotting to marry off their son like this. Yeah, there's something fishy with this whole situation. I've come up with a plan of my own to get back at these unbearable fools if the need arises. Finally, it's time to unleash my secret plan on them.
Autumn, did you really go home all by yourself? This is supposed to be your honeymoon, you know. What's wrong with you?
Something important came up.
Wasn't this also everyone could get to know one another? Your absence defeats the whole purpose of us being here. And don't you feel bad for your fiancé?
I do feel bad for leaving like I did, but I just didn't know what else to do.
But suddenly bursting into tears and running off was a bit much, don't you think? Rich was even questioning your sanity after seeing that.
His reaction is understandable, I guess.
God, it's so embarrassing to have such a pathetic sister. Why did you do that? Don't try and tell me you were having second thoughts about the marriage.
Yeah, it might have been something like that. Just when I thought about getting married to Rich, for some reason I got scared.
I get it. That guy up close is creepy.
I'm shivering just thinking about it.
You chicken! How long are you going to keep this up? You're like a slug. Be careful or I'll throw salt on you.
I wish you would. I'd just as well disappear.
All the parents are mad at you. And Rich is waiting for you to come back.
Ugh, I can't. I'm getting nauseous just thinking about him.
Get it together! In the first place, you're being so shallow for judging people on their looks alone. I can't believe you'd be so horrible.
You're right. Maybe I was just the one being unreasonable in all of this. I mean, in spite of his looks, I'm sure he has a good heart. You know what? I think I will come back.
I'll actually save you the trip because I have good news for you, Autumn. I'm going to be the one who's going to marry Rich.
You are?
So sorry. It seems like I've taken another one.
Mother just texted me and it seems like what she wrote is actually corroborating this. So it's really true?
Not only is it true, but I'll also have you know that it was Rich's idea.
It was it?
He wants a youthful girl over an older wrinkled hag like you.
I guess in the end, all the guys choose Elizabeth.
Don't let it get you down, Autumn. You're as plain as they come, so trying to get in with us A-listers just isn't your place.
But are you fine with marrying Rich? Weren't you the one who was originally opposed to Rich based on his looks?
Sure, he's like a real-life ogre, but he's a rich ogre, so I'm more than happy to have him.
Have it your way, then. I wish you two the best. You have my endorsement to go ahead with the marriage. Not that it matters.
How could it not matter? The arranged marriage has to be one of either you or me, right?
Sure, that was the case when Mother agreed to the deal. But since she's disowned me, I wouldn't even be eligible for marrying Rich. She said that she wants nothing to do with me and that we'll be as good as strangers from here on out.
That's hilarious. Right on, Mom. So you've had your man stolen and your family disown you. It's just the funniest thing to see a single 35-year-old woman lose everything like this.
I'm sure it's really funny from the outside looking in.
You should see how supportive everyone is of me taking your place as Rich's bride. Even his parents are happy to okay everything so long as I marry him. I bet they're practically traumatized at seeing you run off like you did and just don't want to see something like that happen again.
Yeah, it's almost as if there wasn't even any real intention of me being included in the marriage talks in the first place.
That's totally what it's like. So don't worry about us.
Got it. I'm going to head back to our parents' house and gather what little I have there. I won't be coming back to see them again after all.
And don't show yourself in front of me either. And enjoy your lonely life as a loser.
Farewell then.
Report for twice formally engaged but still single Autumn. Rich and I are now officially married. Would you like to weigh in on exactly how that makes you feel?
Wow, I guess you were right. This was totally not something to get down about at all.
Wait, that's your reaction? You aren't disappointed about this?
Disappointed? No way.
But you were so surprised when I told you about me and Rich.
I was certainly pretending to be surprised.
That was all an act?
But first things first. Congratulations on your marriage, Elizabeth. But it's probably hell having married a crazy person like Rich.
Hello? I think you mean heaven.
As if.
What do you know about him?
It just so happens that there's an indirect connection between Rich and me. A whole 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon type situation. Obviously, that connection is a person, and that person had a number of juicy rumors about Rich that just happened to make their way to me. Knowing what I knew about him, I was never going to marry him in the first place.
By rumor, do you mean the bad kind? And that was why you staged the whole running away scene?
There are plenty of reasons I could give as to why I did what I did. If I were to list a big one, it would probably be because he and you were together in the bathroom.
The bathroom? I guess we were, but it's not what you think. He just wanted me to show him how the shower worked. You know how confusing those modern things can be.
A grown adult unable to figure out how a shower worked? I'm sure he could have managed that by himself. He's not a child.
It was, you know.
Yes?
The shower thing with the buttons and handles.
That's not going to pass for an explanation, Elizabeth. Unless you mean to say you were helping him with his pants and showed him how that shower worked. If that's what you mean, then I think we have a similar understanding of what happened in there.
How do you know about that?
I saw you two go in together.
You were stalking us? That's so freaking weird.
You two were a little too excited in there. You could hear everything outside. Thanks to that, the audio on the video I took is crystal clear. Do you want to give it a watch and see for yourself what happened?
You took a video of us without our consent? That's going too far.
I had to. I wanted to know if you were sleeping with the groom-to-be. And the proof will protect me as well if it comes to that.
Proof? What do you need that for?
It's to show that he's not trustworthy to the point that he'll even go behind his fiancé's back and sleep with her sister.
What does trust have to do with anything?
It's the standard I have to meet so that I can get out of the arranged marriage. Those were the terms I agreed to. And with this, I'm free from any arranged marriages involving him.
What have you been going on about? What agreement? I have no idea what any of this is about.
The arranged marriage isn't exactly all that it was made out to be on the surface. There were a number of behind-closed-doors provisions associated with it. You didn't know that, did you?
What else is there?
The parents are getting $100K on the condition that there is no divorce for any reason.
Okay. And what are you trying to say? I'm not going to divorce my rich husband now that I finally got him.
Oh, I wonder about that.
What? Do you still have something to say?
Don't you think there's something else up with the circumstances of the marriage? The other party is pushing pretty hard to make everything official as quickly as possible. Not to mention they gave us as little information as possible beforehand with the not meeting any of them and all.
I haven't thought about the circumstances, and I'm not sure I care.
All right, well, in that case, maybe I can make you care. Since it's something you'll find out sooner or later, I'll just tell you everything right now. Your new husband, Rich, is an unparalleled womanizer. On top of that, he has quite the criminal record.
He's what?
He's like a dog in heat, but for 365 days a year. Every day, it's a different girl.
I'm a forgiving person, so a little cheating is something I can deal with.
Even if he's a serial burglar who also dabbles in indiscriminate armed robbery of men and women.
But I never heard anything about him getting arrested. You're going to have to be a little more clever with your lying, Autumn.
There's a reason you never heard anything. His parents would always come in with hush money to sweep his crimes under the rug. I guess I misspoke earlier. He doesn't have a criminal record per se, but he certainly had a criminal past.
No way. So he really is a bad guy?
But really, I never thought my plan would go so well.
What do you mean, plan?
I figured that you, being a sucker for rich guys, and him, a habitual womanizer, would hook up for sure.
You can't know that. How are you sure that that would happen?
Isn't it obvious? The best predictor of future behavior is past behavior. And you stole my last fiancé because he was rich. I guess as soon as you found a richer guy, it was on to the next one.
Anyone would do that. More money means I can live a better life.
But didn't he kick you to the curb right away?
Shut up! He just had no taste in women.
I am sure it was all his fault. For what it's worth, Rich does have money at the very least. So that's good for you.
Don't make light of this. I can't be with a criminal like him forever, even if he is rich. I'll divorce him.
But that's impossible. Mother's already had the money deposited.
Then it's just a matter of her sending the money back.
I doubt there's anything left to send back.
What?
They spent it all betting on horses. But I guess you two wouldn't know that since you were together getting steamy in the shower.
On horse racing? Who in their right mind gambles away that much money?
It doesn't seem like you lot have been making too many right-minded decisions, period. I'm sure you know, but they don't have that kind of money in savings. And what they did get is gone. So give up your ideas about divorcing him.
So that's it. You're jealous that I'm the only one who's happy. You're trying to trick me into a divorce by lying. You had me at first with how much truth you were weaving into your story.
Don't be silly. There's no reason for me to lie about this. And certainly not over jealousy.
But how would you even know about Rich and the backroom deals of the marriage? What even is that connection between you two?
Well, you see, I work for a company owned by Masters Corporation.
You did? When was this?
It doesn't really matter. But up until fairly recently, the rest of the family couldn't care less about what I'm up to, so you all never knew that.
So, what? You have some kind of insider source feeding you info about Rich?
Yeah, you could say that. Rich's older brother was working for the subsidiary when I was there. He's actually my source. I heard everything from him, so it's reliable. And the bit about Rich not having any obligations to help out and take over his father's company was because he was their problem child and getting married would make him seem a little more respectable or something.
That can't be! If I had known this, I wouldn't have gotten married to that hideous ogre.
I can't tell you how good it feels to see my greedy parents and fiancé-stealing sister get what they deserve. It has been a long time coming for you all.
But this marriage was supposed to be for you! You do something about this!
Don't think I owe you anything anymore. I've been disowned. We're not family anymore.
Then what should I do?
I guess you have two choices. Stay married to Rich or save up $100K and get divorced.
I hate both of them! Wait, why don't you just marry Rich? That would solve everything.
What?
I'm just giving him back since he was originally for you.
I'm sorry, but all sales are final. And even if they weren't, Mother already told me that she came to you first about the arranged marriage.
Fine. Then I'll find where you work and raise hell.
I'll save you the time and tell you now. I quit my job.
Did you quit because you were embarrassed that things between you and Rich didn't work out?
Wrong. I wanted to go traveling for a while. Maybe I'll even go all the way around the world. And I finally have enough money to do just that.
You have that kind of money? Give it to me! I'll use it to get divorced.
No shot. Oh, look at the time. I've got a flight to catch. Later, Gator.
Wait, Autumn! You're going to abandon your super cute little sister? Hey!
After that, Elizabeth raised hell about getting a divorce and sparked a nasty debate between the two families. Our parents knew that Rich was not the sincere, well-put-together man that he was sold as being. So they argued they were deceived. The other side demanded the $100K they had given as part of the agreement for the marriage. They wouldn't accept any divorce until that was repaid. So, in the end, $50K was raised from selling the house, the other came from semi-legal loans, and the divorce was finalized. Then the three of them, Mother, Father, and Elizabeth, moved into a crappy apartment that people in the area refer to as the slums. They're now working day and night to pay off what they borrowed. Because of this new lifestyle, the parents withered away while Elizabeth ate her stress and plumped up. Those that have seen them recently tell me that it's like they've become different people. I, on the other hand, took this as an opportunity to rid myself of those toxic people who tormented me for so many years. I'm as happy as I've ever been while getting the most out of my long-awaited worldwide travels. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. See you in the next one.
Hi, Goldie. Are you there? Are you done with work already? Hi, Beth. I thought I asked you not to call me that. My name is not Goldie, it's Gretchen. There are so many other great nicknames you could have given me. Why do you insist on Goldie the Oldie? I mean, who does that to her daughter-in-law? I think it's very rude and inappropriate. I'm only 5 years older than Ben. I resent you calling me old. I can't promise you I'll be able to ask you nicely another time. So please, stop calling me that. Oh, shush, don't fret. I think it suits you perfectly. You are almost 40, so in no universe are you not significantly older than most newlyweds. You're only 20 years younger than me. So what do you prefer, little missy, then? It's quite embarrassing for you to cling on to technicalities like that, you know? Try being in my shoes. I live in constant fear that someone new I meet might ask how old my daughter-in-law is. Constant fear, I tell you. What will they think of my son if they find out you're much, much older than him? Bless his heart. I still can't wrap my head around what could possibly have tricked my Benjamin to pick someone like you. What is it, Goldie? What do you have up your sleeve? Beth, it's not my fault I'm only 20 years younger than you. As cliche as it is, age is just a number. That's what Ben thinks too, so please stop. Learn to give credit where credit is due, dear. It's not like I'm referring to you as something you're not, am I? You're welcome to take it as a compliment, if you will. I am indeed incredibly amazed at how you, a 39-year-old spinster, scored such a great young 34-year-old man in his prime like my Ben. He had such a bright future until you came along and aged it. Not like fine wine either, I must add. Just talking about this gives me heartburn. I need some ice water. Beth, that's enough. It's been 2 years since your son proposed to me and a year since he married me. You've had more than enough time to get used to this. We are happy, and it's time you need to let go of whatever resentment you have towards me. We live with you not because we wanted to or needed to, but because you had nowhere else to go. I don't expect a thank you card from you every day because I think of you as family now. And I had hoped you'd think the same of me given some time. But I don't see that ever happening, do you? My patience is running very dangerously thin, Beth. I'm sick of your fake niceties when Ben and Burton are around. That instantly disappears once they do. Do you think I never noticed that? How you call me Goldie only when the men are not around and treat me like a maid? I am your son's wife. Accept that. I don't think I will, dear. You may never understand because you may never be able to have a child of your own. Do you know how close to death I was during Ben's birth? He is my miracle baby. He is my everything. And one day you came along all smiles and already a few gray hairs. What is a mother supposed to feel when her son brings home an old bat like you? I did not raise him to settle for second tiers. I gave him the best of the best, nothing but. You will never know the love for a child like I do. You do realize that one of the main reasons Ben and I can't have a baby is you. Not that you are or should in any way, shape, or form be involved in the discussion of Ben and I having a baby. What? Look, I can understand your dislike for my being older than your son. As a woman and as a mother, I can understand you had hoped for a newer, younger model for Ben's wife. I had never dated anyone younger than me before Ben either. I didn't think a younger man could be compatible with me. Believe me when I say I was also worried about the optics as well as compatibility of this union. You don't have to tell me that. So I had thought long and hard about accepting Ben's proposal. Trust me. And do you need me to remind you again that it was Ben that pursued me? He would not take no for an answer. You know how he is. He asked and asked until I relented to go on one date. And I relented because he was younger than me. My parents advised me to think long and hard before making a decision. I'm sure because they knew I might be bullied for it. Turns out they were absolutely right. I felt like I should listen to my parents, but Ben's ceaseless pursuit of me made me turn a blind eye to them. I should have listened to them, if I'd only known how awful you would treat me. At least have the decency and guts to do it in front of your son and husband. Own the fact that you can't stand me. You know it's wrong, so you're ashamed. That's why you do it in secret. Or you disguise it like you were doing something good. You never mean it like that, do you? I always twist your words and I always assume the worst in you, etc. But you can't ever risk revealing such a hideous side of you to your two perfect men, can you? If you can't stand me, why don't you just move out? Now wait just a minute. Move out. Are you about to kick me out of my own son's house? I have every right to be here in this house. This is my son's house. I will not leave my boy. You have no right to do this to me. You know what, Beth? Yes, I am. I am kicking you out. I want you out of here by the end of this month. We bought this house hoping it would be where Ben and I can start our own family. We didn't buy it so it could be a makeshift nursing home. I would like the third bedroom back, please. I am putting my foot down. I'm done being generous to you. Wait! You know, we don't have anywhere else to go. All right, fine, you win. I won't call you Goldie anymore. I will never call you that again. And I will try harder to accept you as my new daughter-in-law. I promise. Just don't kick me out yet. Don't take my son away from me. Hello there. Will you be coming home at your usual time? I was wondering if you could pick us up some burgers from that restaurant place on Main, the one Ben took us to last month. I totally spaced out and forgot about my nephew John's visit today. He's bringing his fiancée to introduce to us. I think it was better if we ordered takeout, what with COVID and all. So I thought, how about tacos? But got caught up with something, so had no time to go myself. Okay, that's fine, I can do that. And hurry back. I want you to meet her too. I heard she has a master's degree and she's modeled for some magazine before, so she must be just gorgeous. And she's 3 years younger than John. Doesn't she sound just too perfect to be true? How happy John must be. Oh, I sure am happy for him. Really, Beth? What? Oh, I didn't mean to make you feel bad about anything. Anyway, make sure you tell them to make the burgers look like the pictures. They're for a very special occasion. About 5 should be enough. 5? If John's bringing his fiancée, there'll be 6 adults. Should I get something other than burgers? No, it's fine. I'm not that hungry today. I think it's the weather. I'll just take some off my husband's plate to be polite. I really don't want to eat. There's no need to waste money on an extra burger. I think 5 should be plenty. And it would be so incredibly generous of you if the food was your treat. Imagine how impressed John's fiancé would be to know what a successful career you have. And it'll make Ben look impressive too. 3 birds, 1 stone. I'll pick them up on my way home. Thank you, darling. Where did you run off to? You can't just disappear after being such a party pooper. Did you see how awkward it was? Come back and fix this now. I didn't disappear. I left so I can get some food in peace. What? You left so you could get more food? More? I had 0 food back there, Beth. I'm not that hungry. 5 should be plenty enough for 6 people. Really, Beth? Is that all you got? What? I really wasn't all that hungry. It's not my fault. The food looked so appetizing. Then you should have said that in front of the other people. Instead, you loudly announced that I must have made a mistake and ordered the wrong number. And you went on to offer me chicken nuggets like you're doing me some huge favor. How was the stolen burger? Delicious, I bet. I can't believe what I'm hearing. I did that so you'd come out looking like the good guy. Now John's fiancé is gonna think you're such a selfless person. How dare you accuse me of whatever it is that you're trying to accuse me of? It's just a burger, for crying out loud. That's what I should be saying. It's just a burger, Beth. You are being so immature. I can't believe you stooped down so low as to torment me with food. Food I bought with my money, no less. Even dogs know not to mess with someone's food. The dogs would be biting your head off. Why didn't you say anything then? Last I checked, you were happily stuffing down those chicken nuggets. Everybody was stunned when you up and left out of the blue. Luckily, I'm so good at thinking on my feet. I tried my best to distract them, but I think they already pegged you as a little rude. Sometimes I think you need to act your age more. What good is your being 40 if not for your maturity? Isn't that the one upside to being so much older than Ben, to have patience and maturity? Why don't you have maturity then? Where are the extra 20 years worth of maturity you have on me? I did my best to not make a scene because, like you said, it was a special occasion. I didn't want John's fiancé to see what a messed up family dynamic we have. Not yet, at least. She can find that out for herself when she's officially a part of this family. Are you disappointed that I didn't stoop to your obscenely horrendous level? Is that it, Beth? Obscenely horrendous. How dare you? Thanks for only mentioning stories about Ben and John's childhood so that I had nothing to talk about, by the way. Did you enjoy all the undivided attention they were giving you? I tried to play nice for the sake of John and his fiancée and laughed at a couple jokes. But you were quick to point out very publicly that I don't know what I'm even laughing about. I bet that was real exciting for you, to embarrass me like that. Then you went right back to talking about Ben's school days. All those inside jokes I was never privy to. I wonder what John's fiancée thought of you, Beth. Do you think her gasps were because she thought you were such a cool, hip person? Or because she felt embarrassed for you for brazenly attacking me? On her way out, she asked me if her visiting might have caused a stir or something. And I quote, "Is it a family tradition to live with the in-laws? Do you have to live with her?" I bet she's scared out of her mind about having to be your niece-in-law. If she breaks off this engagement, that's on you, Beth. She said what? What an ungrateful wench. After all I did today to be a great host for her to feel welcome. Did she really say those things? How dare she? I should never have treated them to that expensive food. Oh, what a wasted dinner.
Speaking of, I'm gonna get back to eating my expensive, excellent steak in peace. I'd really appreciate it if the house was cleaned up when I get back.
I hope your business trip went well. Did you say you were flying back this afternoon? Oh, cheese and crackers. I forgot to mention, didn't I? There's no house for you here anymore.
Oh, hello, Beth? What does that mean? Did something happen to the house? Is everyone okay?
Everybody is fine. Stop your fretting. I'm simply saying we, the three original Magnusons, Ben, Beth, and Burton, have mutually decided to relocate while you were on your little business trip to Europe. Finally, the real B. Magnuson clan can live together under one roof like a happy family that they are. So, as a courtesy, I'm letting you know. Perhaps you can go back to your parents' house for a bit while you get back on your feet. Or you can be one of those homeless people who live in their car. Frankly, I don't give a damn about what happens to you. You are a no-good, barren, gray spinster that never deserved my sweet Ben in the first place. I'm putting things back to where they should belong. Ben does not belong with you.
This has to be a joke, right? Why did you beg us to let you live with us then, if you hate me so much?
You had nothing to do with that, honey. Don't flatter yourself. I wanted to be nearer my son. I wasn't ready to send him off on his own with some woman. The fact that you were constantly around just irritated me no end. Why, I did have a little fun teasing you here and there. Your smile lines, your gray hair that's somehow always in a bun, your frumpy clothes, I can't stand any of it. Oh, I am so thrilled to not have to see that anymore. I can just enjoy my perfect son. See what happens to people who act all high and mighty about some pretentious business trip to Europe. They get what's coming to them. They always do. I know how successful you think you are and how proud you are of your career. Oh, I feel loads lighter thinking about how freeing it will be for my Ben not to have his wife wield her power and authority over him. Goodness! What a repulsive picture that draws.
First of all, have you seen yourself in the mirror lately? Do you think you're fooling anyone with your fake smiles that disappear as soon as you turn around? And you're mumbling under your breath, hurling insults? You aren't as discreet as you think you are. And who are you to talk about my wrinkles? You know what they say about faces. Your thoughts shine through your words, and your mind shines through your face. You're only 60 years old, and you already have the deepest frown lines I've ever seen. And I'm comparing them to my 89-year-old grandmother's. Certainly yours are not from smiling, genuine smiles. You have no right to say things like they always get what they deserve. Why, because I'm a working woman? Do you feel less important around me because I have a job and you've never worked a day in your life? It's not my fault you are green with envy. You had plenty of time to make something of yourself. But instead, you chose a path that led you to becoming this evil, manipulative, awful human being. Please have a little more self-respect than that.
You have lost your mind, haven't you? Now that you've been properly discarded by us. I knew you had this temper in you. You didn't fool me. It's too late anyway. You'll soon be nothing but a sad old divorcee.
What's interesting, though, is that Ben hasn't said a thing about this. He's right here, your precious Ben, making lunch with me as we speak.
What? Where? I thought you were on your business trip.
I was until 2 days ago. I got back the day before Ben and I moved into our new place.
What?
You didn't get the notice? We took the security deposit from where you used to live and put it down as part of a down payment. Of course, Ben and I added from each of our savings, together.
That was my security deposit. You have no right to claim that. What on earth are you talking about? You cannot be serious right now.
No, not your security deposit. My security deposit. You used to rent until Ben and I got married. Then you moved in with us, into our rental that we were paying rent for, with my money. Ben never told you this? I guess he didn't want you to feel like your son was anything but competent.
remember vaguely Ben telling me about a larger security deposit amount, but I thought that was because he was offering to pay for me.
Sorry, that was not a joke? I thought you were making a joke because how could Ben ever save any money when you've taken his every paycheck? You should know, you spent every last penny he earned since he was 16. No, Beth, Ben did not pay anything, let alone pay anything in your stead. It was purely and entirely my money, and I simply retrieved it to put it to better use elsewhere. But Beth, I am no monster, of course. I put down the security deposit for the apartment you thought you'd run off to, leaving me behind like some piece of torn wrapping paper after Christmas. I wasn't going to be that petty as to leave you homeless. So, please at least try to make rent every month on time. It's not much, but I would hate to have to pull the deposit back out and have you stranded with nowhere to go. It could literally happen any time. I'm just shaking with power right now.
Rent? You expect me to pay rent in that place? It's a huge apartment. It's almost as big as the one you two had. Where are we going to get that kind of money every month? Your father-in-law is barely holding down his night shift security guard position. How do you expect us to afford this? How can you be so heartless? Where is Ben? I need to talk to him. You don't know what you're talking about. Ben told me he'd go live with me and his daddy. He would not cross me, that boy. He is my little angel. He'll side with me. I want to talk to him now.
Ben does not want to speak to you, Beth. Ever, I don't think. He was the first one to notice the inappropriate chicken nugget charade for what it was. He is utterly embarrassed for you and ashamed of you. He didn't even know how to start to apologize to me. He vowed to never let me go through that again as long as he lives. In other words, he will never let you anywhere near me. Therefore, he'll never let you anywhere near him. So this is it, Beth. We're getting the hell out of your life.
You shut your filthy trap. Ben would never do that to me. You manipulated him, didn't you? You cooed and cawed and made him think I was bad. I will not have some soulless wench banish me from my son. Who do you think you are? This is preposterous. This should be a felony. Ask anybody on the street.
Maybe you should. When your unemployed days are noticeably longer since you stopped seeing your son, you should go out into the street and ask people. See how many of those people think this is not what you deserve. And once you have statistics, don't call me. Ben and I love our new house. It was definitely the right one. It needs a bit of work, but what good things don't? Next week, Ben and I, not Beth and I, are going to pick out paint samples. In this house, we're enjoying a second honeymoon, if you will. Without the watchful glares from Beth, I'm able to finally get to bask in the glow of this exciting marriage. Maybe I will start considering having a baby. Our world is a better place now without Beth. Why not bring a child into it? Ben is going to be a great dad, no doubt, and imagining a little mixture of me and Ben just makes me smile. I'm so full of hope and happiness these days. I wonder if I should be thanking Beth. In the end, it was her ceaseless torment that finally got caught by the one person she shouldn't have let notice. And as awful as she is, she did make the most wonderful human being like Ben. So I'm willing to admit that I'm open to the idea of slowly forgiving her and easing her back into our lives. I don't know when that'll be, or when I might even begin to feel like starting that. Until then, I have no room to think about anything other than my perfect paradise with my sweet husband. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for more.
Harriet, is it true what I heard about you?
What are you talking about, Bella? Is what true?
Is it true that you got cancer? I heard you were gonna have surgery. They say you were gonna have a big operation for just a teeny-weeny growth. Is that right?
Yes, I'm afraid so.
And on top of that, you were insane enough to have my Uncle Bill examine you.
Ethan told me that your Uncle Bill was an expert in the field, so of course I agreed. It was Ethan who introduced me to him.
Uncle Bill is the best doctor in the world. The cream of the crop. The doctor of all doctors, they say. You know he's been on the TV. He's had hundreds of articles written about him in magazines. You know he was even in the New York Times and Spectator.
I am very grateful to be seen by such a well-respected doctor. It's a humbling experience.
You know that doctor is Ethan's grandfather's brother, don't you?
Yes, your father-in-law's father, right?
That's right. He is 73 years old and still going strong.
You wouldn't know it to look at him. He still seems so young. He's a wonderful man. He has so much power. And he is so nice, too. He put me right at ease during the consultation.
I don't think you actually get what I am saying, do you?
What do you mean?
Uncle Bill is from our side of the family.
Yes, I get that. What of it?
He has nothing to do with you.
Nothing to do with me.
Don't you get it? You are just married to Ethan. You are just his wife.
Sorry, I'm still not following.
You are not the sharpest pencil in the box, are you? You ain't related.
Excuse me?
My God, you're such a dullard. You are just Ethan's wife. You ain't one of our true family. You're just taking advantage of your position. You ain't got no right to be seen by our Uncle Billy. You should have gone to the local doctor.
That's a ridiculous thing to say. So illogical and so rude to me. I married Ethan. I am a part of this family now. I want to be operated on by the best doctor available. I don't want to put my life in the hands of just any old local doctor.
Who do you think you are? You can't speak to me like that. I can't believe you expect a great man like Uncle Billy to operate on a common woman like you. That is just a teeny-weeny growth that any old backstreet physician could cut off with a scalpel. I was afraid that something like this would happen.
I was so upset when I found out it was malignant. But your Uncle Bill, Dr. Williams, was very reassuring. He told me that I needed to have surgery as soon as possible. He said there was nothing to worry about. If it's taken out right now, it will heal completely.
It ain't nothing that a good night's sleep wouldn't heal.
Sleep? What are you talking about?
This is cancer. It's a little more serious. Besides, if you're having surgery, you'll be hospitalized, right? Who's gonna pay for that?
We'll find a way. This is my health.
Who's going to look after the housework and the cooking when you're in the hospital?
I was hoping you could do it. I'll only be in for a few days. It's not like it's long term.
You've gotta be kidding me.
I'll be back on my feet in no time at all. I want to fight this. Ethan said he'd help out as much as he can, too. He said it's not a busy time at work, so he can take some time off.
You expect Ethan to take on your chores, too? He's too good for you, our Ethan. You take advantage of his kind nature. He may say he's not busy at work, but that is just a lie he tells you to make you feel better. What a wife you've turned out to be for our Ethan, making him clean up all the mess you leave. Women these days have no common sense.
I'm sorry you think that way.
I'm gonna call Uncle Bill and tell him that you've decided to find your own doctor. So you'd better get your skates on and head up Main Street.
You're being unreasonable. He took the time out of his busy schedule to see me. I don't want his time to be wasted.
You'll be taking up even more of his time if you force him to go ahead with this ridiculous operation. Just be grateful for the small mercy he showed you by seeing you the once.
Please, don't do this to me. You're being so unreasonable. I want Dr. Williams to operate on me. I don't want any other doctor.
No way! I am not having you dirty Dr. Williams, hand of God!
Why are you so nasty to me?
You don't want me to set Gregory on you, do you?
Gregory?
Do you understand what I am saying?
Yes, I understand.
Get the dinner on, then! Quickly! Hurry up!
My name is Harriet. I've been married to my husband Ethan for a year. I found out that I had cancer at the young and tender age of 27. Fortunately, it was discovered in the early stages. It had not had a chance to metastasize and spread to other parts of my body. But it seems to be in a somewhat difficult place to operate on, and I'm told that the surgery requires a lot of skill. Dr. Williams has a lot of experience in this kind of surgery, and he tells me that he can easily treat me. My husband and I were relieved when he agreed to carry out the surgery. I did not expect my wicked mother-in-law to be so dead set against it. And that makes it all the more difficult because Ethan and I are living with her in the family home at her insistence. She was nice to me at first, but once I moved in, the next thing I knew, she was making me do all the housework and cooking. She treated me no better than a slave. I guess that was the point of her having us move in. My husband warned her about it a number of times, but she always threatened him with Gregory. Gregory is Ethan's older brother, and he is like Bella's vicious little lapdog. He'll do anything she says. If Brother Gregory got wind that Bella was unhappy with me, he would ban me from living here and throw me out on the streets. I have nowhere to go if I'm chased out of their house. Ethan's mother is very controlling. She would find a way to keep us apart. My mother-in-law would use every trick in the book to keep me away from Great Uncle Billy, the world-famous doctor with godlike hands, and the family's pride and joy.
How kind of your mother-in-law to run a nice hot bath for you. What a sweet lady I am.
You told me to get in right away, so I did.
I almost burned the skin off my feet, it was so hot. I was only thinking of you when I run it at that temperature. It was 140 degrees! That is not a safe temperature for a human being to bathe in. What a load of rubbish. I saw on TV that cancer cells can be eliminated at high temperatures. I thought I was doing you a favor.
You're talking about hypothermia treatment, right? They use thin needle probes to pinpoint the tumor and destroy the cancerous cells with heat.
Needle-thin probes, not hot baths, Bella. You never hear about those comedians on that TV show too hot to handle getting cancer. There was one last week when the temperature went up to 200 degrees. That's TV! It's a game show! It's not real! There is no human on this earth who could stand that kind of temperature. So you couldn't take a bath?
No, I couldn't.
What a waste of my benevolent deed! My feet are still red raw and stinging from the heat. Oh yes, I just remembered I have an acquaintance who is a famous psychic medium.
Really?
It's probably just a bad spirit that you are a host to. You need to have it removed. Then you'll be cured.
I'm not sure I believe in that kind of thing.
In that case, what about waterfall treatment? Yes, try the ocean or a waterfall. I heard that there was a study that proved that 10 minutes of listening to the sounds of splashing water can do wonders for curing cancer.
With all due respect, Bella, I would rather go to the hospital to have surgery. I'm not really convinced by those other kinds of treatment.
If you go to the hospital, there is no way you will ever be able to come back to this house again.
Why?
I heard you are having an affair. I'm going to tell Ethan. That's a ridiculous suggestion. I'm not having an affair. The other day, I saw you at the door leaning against the mailman.
What mailman?
I have a picture of it. I took it with my phone.
The mailman. I remember that. I just stumbled on the step and he took my arm for support.
Yes, I know. Women who cheat on their husbands always have a good excuse.
Ethan is already worried sick about my illness. Please don't say anything unnecessary. It will only make him more anxious.
Then you had best get yourself to the nearest waterfall to get purified then, hadn't you?
You have such an unreasonable attitude.
Everything will be fine if you just listen to what I say. Get on and do your chores and get enough sleep. Cancer comes from being spoiled. You can't say I'm spoiled. I said it! Now shut up and do the chores! Why Ethan ever married such a stupid woman as you is beyond me. I told you over and over you ain't got no right to go to Uncle Bill's hospital. You couldn't get that into your thick skull, could you? What the deuce are you doing? Shame on you!
I'm sorry, but I really want to get this treated properly. Ethan and I want to have children, so I need to be healthy.
That's not a good enough reason to pester my Uncle Bill. What about the house? What about the chores? You are such an irresponsible woman! Ugh! What now? He told me to call him when there was nothing else I could do. Call who? What are you blathering about now? Oh, Uncle Bill. Dr. Williams. Harriet, have you been exchanging WhatsApp messages with Dr. Williams?
Dr. Williams said that it was a family member's privilege. But here, let's talk with him together.
Dr. Williams, it's certainly been a long time.
Yes, we haven't seen each other since my brother's memorial service.
I always look forward to hearing about your activities. I read an article about you in The Spectator a few weeks ago.
Enough of your small talk. I don't have time for your sycophantic flattery, Bella.
You are absolutely right, Doctor. Let's proceed to the conversation at hand. I am so sorry for the inconvenience our family has caused you. I apologize wholeheartedly.
Not at all.
Ethan's wife, our dear Harriet, told me that you consulted with her about the cancer. I'm sure she's making a mountain out of a molehill, if I'm not mistaken.
Is that your medical diagnosis?
It's only natural for a woman of my years and experience to be of that opinion. You tell her, Dr. Williams, from the point of view of a specialist, that sleep is the best medicine.
That is an interesting point of view, to be sure.
I told you, didn't I, Harriet? There's that old saying that ill health begins in the mind. Young people these days just don't have the grit and guts that we had back in the day. You don't have to prescribe drugs for every little cough or sneeze. And you certainly don't have to cut them open and operate on every little lump. Just chase them out of the surgery. That's my philosophy.
So you're of the opinion that I should chase Harriet out of the surgery?
Yes, right away. It's a waste to spend good money on medical bills and hospitalization. If it's the kind of cancer that's going to kill you, then let fate take its course. That's what I say. My son Ethan will just have to give up the fight, too.
I see.
That's the be-all and end-all of a married woman's life.
You obnoxious woman!
Excuse me?
Harriet,
Yes, Dr. Williams?
it must have been really hard for you to marry into a family with such a hopeless mother-in-law.
Yes, Doctor. It has been really hard.
What? There you go again, you spoiled brat!
It's the truth.
Bella, if you ever come running to me for a consultation and it turns out you have cancer, I'll tell you to sleep it off.
It's different for me, Uncle Bill. If it happened to be me, I would be relieved to find out that Uncle Bill, Dr. Williams, would carry out the surgery on my cancer.
Go to bed and sleep it off!
Dr. Williams, with all due respect, I said it to her because she is a young woman. It's different for someone as old as I am.
Bella, with all due respect, you haven't got the foggiest idea what you're talking about. It's the other way around. Cancer progresses faster when you are young. If you don't treat it properly, it can be fatal.
But I hardly think Harriet is old enough for Uncle Bill to use Dr. Williams' hand of God on her.
It's not for you to judge whom I can and can't heal with my so-called hand of God. I really wish that awful journalist hadn't started that whole hand of God rubbish. It's gotten quite out of hand.
That's true, but she is my daughter-in-law.
Is a daughter-in-law the property of a mother-in-law? What era do you think you're living in?
Excuse me.
Work, little concubine. Don't rest, little concubine. Little concubine not sick. All in little concubine's mind. How long are you going to keep spouting this outdated sophistry?
But that was what it was like in the past, right?
Once upon a time in a land far, far away, there were little princesses with kind mothers-in-law. There were also little princesses who were ruled over and spat on and abused by evil witches like you. Don't blame it on the era. Blame it on the woman.
That's a wicked thing to say to me.
I cannot believe my sweet little nephew ended up with this evil witch for a wife. She must have mixed up one hell of a potion in her cauldron to put such a strong spell on him.
Uncle Bill, stop it! You can't speak like this about me.
According to your equivocation, a wife is an outsider, so she has nothing to do with you.
I'm not sure I put it quite like that. That's exactly what you meant.
Case in point, you are also a wife, which means you are an outsider too. Therefore, the logical conclusion is that you have nothing to do with me.
Don't you go using that awful logic on me, Uncle Bill.
Bella, whatever illness you may be inflicted by in the future, I would like you not to depend on me.
Please don't say that.
I am a physician. My work is my life's mission. It's my pride. I don't have time to waste on pointless conversations like this with people who don't respect human life.
I understand. I will let Harriet have the surgery.
I don't need your permission. As long as both Harriet and Ethan agree, then we can go ahead with the surgery. It's a simple matter. It's none of your business. Stay out of it!
Uncle Bill, could we talk privately?
No, Bella. I am not interested. I will let the family know that in the future, I will not show up at any functions that you are involved in.
If you tell them that, I'll be castigated.
It's your own fault. You will deserve everything that you have coming to you.
Look at what you've done, Harriet. It's all your fault. Say something. Serves you right.
Well said. You have to get these things off your chest. Keeping it inside is bad for your health.
Thank you for helping me, Dr. Williams. Just by reading this exchange between you and Bella, I feel lighter. It's like I'm finally in control of my own life again. I feel so much better.
It's nice to know that we could get rid of the source of your stress before the surgery.
Uncle Bill, my phone won't stop ringing with calls from angry relatives. This is all you're doing.
Ugh, I forgot to mention. I've been on the phone with everyone to let them know what's been going on. I told them I wouldn't show my face anywhere that you were present.
They said they always look forward to seeing Uncle Bill, and they blamed me for upsetting him. They told me to leave. They said I was poison to this family. They say they are banning me from everything. You loathsome man.
If you are kind to people, the warmth of that kindness comes back to you. If you are hard on people, you have to be prepared for what you'll get thrown back at you. I can't believe you've lived this long and still don't understand this one simple thing.
I think I know that now.
Harriet, your examination is tomorrow morning. Let's get you ready for the surgery.
Thank you, Dr. Williams.
And when you are better, would you and Ethan join me for a slap-up meal?
We'd be delighted.
It'll be my treat. Let's look forward to that.
My life is in your hands, Dr. Williams.
Don't worry about a thing, Harriet. My hands are the so-called hands of God.
Would I perchance be invited to this slap-up meal, Uncle Bill?
Are you still here, Bella? Be off with you!
After all that, the surgery was a success and I made a full recovery. My mother-in-law Bella continued to ignore phone calls from angry relatives, so they turned up at the house to voice their opinions. There was shouting and yelling and curses and complaints were bandied back and forth.
Over and over, they told her to get out of the house and leave the family. They told her she was no longer welcome to any of their functions. And since my father-in-law holds Dr. Williams in such high regard, and because my mother-in-law couldn't forgive him, they ended up getting a divorce at a ripe old age. He kicked her out and we lived together, just the three of us. Bella was not able to afford to rent an apartment on her pension. In the end, she had no other choice but to live in a shack deep in the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia. She lives there alone to this day, surrounded by old people. I'm forced to work as a maid for a living. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please press the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and leave a comment below. See you next time!